Oh, hi. How you doing today? How are you? Dick Ramsay, and boy, it's a real pleasure. I'm getting the airplane ready for a flight, and I'm glad you stopped by. It's really a pleasure. Terrific. I'd like to take a couple minutes now that you're here just to talk about the past 6 years of my life, and the past 6 years of my life representing the city of Marathon and you guys. It's been an unbelievable honor and a privilege. It's been just great. The support I've seen from my friends and neighbors, you guys, just can't be replaced. It's a tribute to what Marathon's all about. And I'm sorry I got dirty hands, but this is what happens when you prep an airplane. I've got 2 more meetings, and people are already starting to say goodbye, but there is no goodbye, by the way. I've been here 40 years, and frankly, I'm not going anywhere. I hope to be involved for as long as I live in Marathon, which will be for the rest of my life. As you all know, my family's been very involved in this county, and my son's the sheriff. I have 2 daughters that live and work here, and just having the privilege of serving the people, and this last year as being your mayor, cannot be replaced. In my last meeting, which will be the changing of the guard, November 14th, I can promise you, being the softy I am, I'm going to shed a tear. But the tear is a tear of happiness. Over this past year, we have turned this city completely around. Just last night at a council meeting, we approved your new city hall. We're going to ground break before the end of the year. We were able to bring City Hall in at probably half of what our previous City Hall expectations were. And it's going to be functional, and it's going to be your City Hall. It's going to last forever. We're going to be meeting in that City Hall. We're going to be using Oceanfront Park in the back, and it's just going to be a focal point. Enough for the trailers, we've had enough. As a matter of fact, last night at the meeting, I told our public works guys, get out there and start greasing the wheels, because they're going to move soon. And lots of good things have happened. We were fortunate enough to have the governor put in his budgets for the Florida Keys $50 million, which is going towards improving our nearshore waters and our economy and our lives, frankly. Marathon was the recipient of $17 million of that, which we're going to improve our system and cut costs, and hopefully in the future just make our wastewater program really, really work. Reuse water and the whole program. It's just been unbelievable, and I encourage anyone who wants to get involved in government to think about running. But I got to tell you, it's a tough job. It's 24/7. I had a lady, and this is an absolute true story. People have a hard time believing it, but I had a lady call me up at 11 o'clock at night on my cell phone and said, "Hi, Mr. Ramsay," and I'm in a half sleep still, and I said, "Yes, ma'am, can I help you?" And the lady said, "Well, I can't sleep." And she was an older lady. I knew her for a long time, and I said, "Well, how can I help you? What's wrong?" She said, "Well, the chickens are keeping me awake. They're making noise outside the window." I said, "Wow." I said, "I don't know what to do right this moment. I think the best advice is if you could please think about closing the window and maybe using your air conditioning, and I'll be over in the morning." So in the morning I came over and I brought animal control, and we worked on chickens, and that's a very, very small part of being your representative. My cell phone averages about 1,600 minutes a month. I have never, ever not returned a call or an email. I may not have agreed all the time with your philosophy and what you think should happen, but I always listened. And I had in my heart always Marathon first. That's an interesting thing when you become a council person, and I'm maybe dragging this on too far, but you have a family, and when you're elected, you have an extended family which is sometimes taking priority over your own family. Because when you take office and you raise your hand and say, I will, it just doesn't mean you'll sit there. It means that you'll give it everything you got and expect that when it's over, you can look back, as I can, and say, between you and I, we've accomplished a whole lot. As a matter of fact, almost everything I set out to do and that you expected me to do, I hope. But once again, I want to tell you, I'm not going away. I may be flying out here in a few minutes, but I'll be back. And I'll continue representing all of us as best as I know how. I hope you continue calling me. My number won't change. Whenever you need me, I will be there, and I promise. That's part of who Dick Ramsay is, and that's part of what our family's about. I'm getting emotional, and I really don't want to get emotional. I'm sorry. But once again, it's a beautiful day, and it's a beautiful city, and the people in this city are just beautiful, beautiful people. I love you all, and thank you. So, in conclusion, I want to tell you something. I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving Marathon. I'm not leaving my family. I'll be here as long as I'm alive. I love this town. This is our town. This is a family town, and you can bet on it. Thank you.